saa ngapi nafika and then go home before saa sita. Give me some time ni kama dakika nadhani najoka nadhani nampima na damu imeshika maska glove of course na deliver yet ni better than one flight. Look at tempo short and right look in my eye don't tell no lie apart from you na other person ni wewe nataka ni share decide very soon nakuleta insights I got no words I got no time ni wewe nataka ni share decide deep inside na joke the one car up me rock your wall take my hand off set to plan is mind your access shop of fun see to me you're more than enough sure enough say got your back sure to me you're more than enough sure enough say got your back Kimita ataitika ukicheleo saba baby niko sure sasa sita tika ni nani for you neza spend a meter ora ni kama ya lita na whisper ya Kimita ataitika ukicheleo saba baby niko sure sita tika ni nani for you neza spend a meter ora ni kama ya lita na whisper ya the one time thing for sure this not a thing get to love na kubaya mambling kubi vigalo utago Black Hot Fire Radio na kongana want to be the Pan African Bliss Show beautiful with your Nico included not other than unadai ni kutrace visuals but na ivisha attack kwa clueless happy that Nico included I can't lie unakonga deluded neza kutrace to burn some suits to skiza my roots na vitu kwa rooted never let you go mini man on my word never going outside sharing pisha with your father unataka nini say nada for you mean atan kwa cheesy for you mean a beg is easy you got me up feel like easy see me that watch me na busy Kimita ataitika ukicheleo saba baby niko sure sasa sita tika ni nani for you neza spend a meet.
Good afternoon family Grand Rising
yeah.
Hope you guys are doing amazing 31 minutes past the top of the hour. Welcome to the Pan African Bliss Show. Everyone on the radio, everyone on YouTube. Good afternoon. Yes, that is Aura by the one and only Palma featuring I don't say pronounce your Gina, but anyway, yeah, that is Palma One. Literally call them the London boys. Literally, if you'd love to. But karibuni sana to the Pan African Bliss Show. This is the media of the 21st century, the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. To everyone who is with us for the first time on YouTube, and of course, all our returning listeners on our application, rather on our radio. Hope you guys are doing great this wonderful afternoon from our end. It is exactly 32 minutes past the top of the hour, and of course, welcome to today's conversation. And without wasting much more of the time, of course, we're gonna get into the conversation of the day. Apologies, we've been having, of course, issues with our lights here. We don't know what's happening, man, and it really sucks. Yeah, it really sucks, being honest. Really sucks. But I hope you guys are really doing amazing, and thank you for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network. But for today's conversation, we shall be talking about DRC. We shall be talking about what is happening when it comes to the monkeypox, which of course is still on the rise, or rather, they're claiming the rise of mpox effects and cases are actually getting higher and higher, and this comes after weeks we saw DRC Congo actually still being affected by unknown diseases which took lives of 54 people. And we also have, of course, we shall be talking about what is happening in DRC still, what Trump has to say regarding this. We saw yesterday the US calling out for sovereignty. We shall talk about South Sudan denying Ugandan troops, which we discussed also yesterday. We shall talk about also, I have a video to share before we get started. And also we shall talk about also what Ruto had to tell Kenyans yesterday, a conversation that actually emerged when I was still on air yesterday, and we called it a joke. I was just laughing right here with the Wharton, and it's not even funny. I love the way actually Kenyans are really reacting towards situation, and I bet 2027 for me, I see revolution for Kenya. So I don't know, if you don't actually change the leadership role in Kenya in 2027, I don't know how we're going to be able to do, but I feel like 2027 is the way to go. But along that, we shall also talk about, of course, our major conversation where we're seeing Ethiopia has joined the Alliance Sahel state. And this is our focus, I'd say, for the rest of the African continent, where we wish them to actually operate the way we've seen the Alliance Sahel state is doing. Like a good example is Ibrahim Traore. Of course, we've seen him doing massive transitions, massive changes, which we've seen they have been made impossible, I quote, by so many puppets because they keep on misusing funds. It's all about corruption. It's all about nepotism. So basically, with that, that is our top conversation for the day. And of course, karibuni sana. But before we get started, I'd love to remind you to download our app. If you're here for the first time, kindly subscribe. Follow us on whatever stream you are actually listening to us from. And of course, you can find our application on the Google Play Store if you are an Android user. On the Google Play Store, Black Hot Fire Network is the name of the app. And once you have the app, you can listen to the radio in case you're not able to listen to the, to stream live on YouTube. You can catch up the show so long as you're connected to the internet on the radio station. And also you can see us on the show page actually through the app, because we're also live on the show page. That is through literally also our TV. For the people also actually who are connected to the TV, you can be able to see us. In Africa, we're not. For whatever reasons, we don't know why they didn't allow us to be connected. But of course, to all the people who have Roku TV, Amazon, I hope you guys can hear and see us direct and clear. But karibuni sana. Before we get started, I'd love to put you on with some of the amazing actually products you can get on the Black Hot Fire Network sports page. And of course, this is some brain and focus formula. I love reminding you guys it's okay, and it is very important for you to pour your thoughts, focusing, focusing, focusingly. Is that such a term? Focusingly. But let me share some amazing brain and focus product and the benefits it comes with. We also have some amazing other products. We have vitamins, proteins, amino acids, beauty, hair, nail, skin essentials. Depends what you'd love to get for yourself. And of course, before and after getting yourself the product, you can ask any questions you have and you'll be answered and directed on whatever.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yeah, stay focused. And of course, that is basically what we are telling you right here. All organic. Check the amazing other supplements we have. We also have an amazing apparel store. You can get yourself an amazing hoodie, t-shirt in different colors and sizes. So ensure you check them out and make yourself an order. But before we get started, I'd love to share some health benefits right here. Today I don't have a quote, but I want to share some health benefits. And I remember this was during the weekend. Actually, I was having a chat with some friends and they were telling me the benefits of actually fasting. And it's something we've been talking about also, I'd say, off the camera with someone like Keith Iwaton when it comes to fasting. And I didn't know until during this weekend that actually fasting helps you also cure a lot in your body. I really didn't know. I know, of course, it helps you, cleanses your body, of course. A lot of toxic, the toxic things you've been taking and all that, it helps. But I didn't know actually when you have, let's say, for someone like who has ulcers, it cures you. If you fast, actually fasting does cure ulcers. I didn't know this personally because I'm a person of ulcers and I have some friends, I'd say literally Muslim friends to be specific. So I was having a chat with them during this weekend and they were like, actually fasting, because I was asking them, how does someone with ulcers survive when it comes to, Ramadan? Because right now is the Muslim period of them actually fasting and all that. So I was asking them, how do people with ulcers survive? Because for me, being a person of ulcers, I know personally I can't go hungry throughout the whole day. I'll have to either take water, if I'm fasting. I can't just assume I'm not going to take anything or any liquid. So for me, my fasting includes water. But when it comes to the Muslims or most of the fastings, you're not supposed to take anything at all. But I want to share this because for me, I feel like this is actually something beneficial. Something beneficial when it comes to majority of us and something we should learn. Because I don't know, I'd love to try, but I think I have crazy ulcers for me. I think so far I've understood I really have crazy ulcers. So I'm not really sure through fasting I can be able to cure this, but everything is also mental. Maybe I just need to change my mentality and I'll be able to be maybe cure my ulcers, because for me, I can't survive. But shout out to John Mosquito. What's up with the coconut soup, man? Is this some British meal, new British meal on the menu? I don't know what's up, Bakaribu Sana. Hope you're doing amazing today. I see you saying Joby's idea of fasting is eating really fast. Shout out to you.
My food contains glucose, the fuel that feeds the trillions of healthy cells in my body. But that glucose also feeds something else. Zombie cells. Old, damaged cells that have lingered beyond their useful life. By spewing toxic sludge, these zombies infect other healthy cells, speeding up the aging process. Everything from hair loss and wrinkles to the onset of arthritis, cancer, and dementia.
Literally, we can also cure cancer through fasting. Isn't that crazy and amazing at the same time? I feel like it's crazy and amazing at the same time. For me, I find it really mind-blowing, being honest. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's mind-blowing to me that especially cancer can be cured through fasting. It's just insane. But I remember something Keith was teaching us some time back. He was telling us how actually our cells have the ability, to cure themselves. If you're not just maybe pinpointed to these synthetic drugs that we've been pushed to take, and if we're eating also healthy, our cells actually can go back to being healthy, because cancer cells also, I believe, they can cause, understanding everything I've been learning so far with cancer, the cells actually can be cured. But through fasting, for me, this was mind-blowing. Diabetes as well. It's kind of crazy, man.
But what scientists have realized is that when we fast and cut off the supply of glucose, that zombie army is starved of energy, which saps them of their power.
When you starve the cells, it's giving also like when you have a flu, where they tell you to, there's how you have to steam yourself, like, when you have a flu, like steam yourself so that all that toxicity that is in your body, all that whatever can come out through your pores. But this is just super amazing.
When food is plentiful, our body stores excess energy in the form of fat under the skin and around the internal organs. When food is scarce, that fat is sent to the liver, where it's turned into an alternative fuel source called a ketone. And it's these ketones which provide the emergency power source, not only for our bodies, but also our brains. Remember those toxic zombie cells aging my body? Well, they're not the only things getting dealt with. Even inside my healthy cells, there's wear and tear. But scientists think that without food to process, those cells can switch into repair mode, fixing damage, cleaning up garbage, nipping any problems in the bud.
Exactly. So literally, we have the ability, or our bodies have the ability of curing themselves. You just need the right details, the right information for us to follow. You don't need to go to a doctor and you're told to take 3 tablets a day, or once you after morning, after lunch and supper, after eating your dinner, that's when you're supposed to take your tablets and all that. So personally, I'm grateful to have this information. It's really, really important for us to understand, especially as Africans, that we've been really mentally messed up. But I want to share it one more time for those who are just maybe tuning in once again, so you can understand what I'm sharing. Again, fasting cures everything.
My food contains glucose, the fuel that feeds the trillions of healthy cells in my body. But that glucose also feeds something else. Zombie cells. Old, damaged cells that have lingered beyond their useful life. By spewing toxic sludge, these zombies infect other healthy cells, speeding up the aging process. Everything from hair loss and wrinkles to the onset of arthritis, cancer, and dementia. But what scientists have realized is that when we fast and cut off the supply of glucose, that zombie army is starved of energy, which saps them of their power. When food is plentiful, our body stores excess energy in the form of fat, under the skin and around the internal organs. When food is scarce, that fat is sent to the liver, where it's turned into an alternative fuel source called a ketone. And it's these ketones which provide the emergency power source, not only for our bodies, but also our brains. Remember those toxic zombie cells aging my body? Well, they're not the only things getting dealt with. Even inside my healthy cells, there's wear and tear. But scientists think that without food to process, those cells can switch into repair mode, fixing damage, cleaning up garbage, nipping any problems in the bud.
Personally, I'd say I've done a fasting for a week and it was really successful for me. I really loved it, being honest. I've done a fasting for only 1 week and it was super, super amazing for me. I felt really, number one, you feel super fresh. You feel, I'd say fresh. That's the term I'd use first. Super fresh because you're not taking a lot of, I'd say, toxic stuff. Your body is healing itself again. Like you can hear from the video, your body has the ability of actually healing itself. The cells can go back to just being healthy. And there's some information again when I look at it, especially when he mentioned cancer or the AI mentioned cancer. I was like, I wish I knew this information again when my mom was really sick, because I would have really passed this. I would have really passed this information to her. There's so many things I've learned so far right now, especially when it comes to the cancer patients or cancer curing. And for me, it makes me super sad that I was not able to help my mom. But at the same time, I'm grateful to understand this at a young age, and I'm able to help myself and maybe some few people who I can, and those who are listening. And I hope you get also help and understand that actually fasting can help you, cure amazing things in your body, or literally all diseases. And just going through the comments, like I mentioned, it's Ramadan, and I saw one of the comments right here is someone who's saying, I'm doing Ramadan right now and I think I will carry this schedule for the rest of the year. I like it a lot. And another person says, yes, fasting is important. Also, how did they get to narrate this? I mean, this is actually ancient knowledge. I'd say that, Africans right now, we're not so much tapped into so much information because it's all been hidden. And then we understand the way the system has been created is all about, making a profit out of us, literally. So when it comes to the synthetic drugs, when it comes to the hospitals, it's a business for them. It's not to help us heal. This is why we'll see cancer patients being taken through radiotherapy, chemotherapy. But if you look at most of them, they're not doing good. Not most of them. They don't do good, and I literally understood it later, like I said, after my mom passed away, because we had a neighbor who was a cancer survivor, and literally through her, I kind of felt we were being motivated that actually my mom is gonna get help and she's gonna be also a cancer-free patient. But I'd say 2 years or a year after, if I can remember clearly, she also passed away, and this literally clicked my mind, and I'm like, man, there's never a cancer-free patient. So long as you've undergone the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy, I believe that shit still comes back and it's still gonna affect you somehow, and you're gonna end up dying because you don't have the right information you need. You don't have the right information you need to actually help yourself to cure yourself. But I wanted to share that very quickly, of course, before we get into the politics of what is happening. Your health is your wealth, and we preach that right here a lot on the Blackout Fire Network radio station. So before, of course, as we get to continue, I want to also talk about what is happening in Kenya. And that was yesterday. We saw Ruto made a very disrespectful, I'd say, statement, claiming he's going to provide, let me see if I can find the video. He said he's going to provide chapati bakers. chapati makers, to help a certain organization that actually has not even been working. So I'm going to share this video very quickly. I'm going to translate it where necessary. But I love the way the reason why I'm sharing this is because I love the way Kenyans have been so keen with Ruto's words. Okay, he said he doesn't want to see politicians going to churches funding different type of amounts, but he came out, funded 20 million Kenyan shillings, pledged 100 million, and the next day or few days later again, we saw, and I shared the documentary coming from Lynn Gugi, we saw literally we had Kenyans, 5,000 in total, who appeared in the same church to be recruited to go to the not Saudi Arabia, but literally the UAE jobs. And we've seen the massive racism, the torture, the disrespect when it comes to our women. And literally when also our government could save us, that was last year when we saw a woman going viral for breastfeeding puppies. After just few months, she came from Kenya from just giving birth. She went there to breastfeed puppies. And then we had our own system of men saying it is us taking our backache behaviors right there. And that's why we're being treated how we've been treated. It is crazy. So we've been, of course, I feel like Kenyans actually have been, very attentive with the words, of course, Ruto has been saying, to the point where they're using the AI very well. So I want to share this very quickly, the video that actually as about what I'm about to talk about. This is what Ruto had to say yesterday when he was on a certain secondary school. And this is actually a certain, I'd say, NGO. I want to call it an NGO because when we go back to understanding follow the money, we need to actually question who funds this project, because it's a certain project that's supposed to be providing food for the students in school, but I don't feel like it actually works because the governor who's working for us can't even explain funds where they go.
Kwa sababu viongozi ni wengi, sitasema mingi, lakini watoto wangu mnapatanga bisi kweli kila siku na ni tamu. Ongeze nini? Nyama, tabo, tabati, wanataka tabo, lakini
of course, these are students, so they're going to say anything. So he went to school to talk to students, of course, to promise them how he's going to provide chapati makers. But this is the results of what Ruto said yesterday. Going to a secondary school, claiming he's going to provide chapati makers. So Kenyans today woke up, and this is what is trending, where we can see the Kenyans are using an AI to mock President Ruto and his governor. Of course, the Nairobi governor, his name is Sakaja, and that is the plan to acquire chapati making machines. So number one, we're talking about people not having job opportunities. So how is it that you have the audacity? It's the audacity. The audacity. That's what I'm going to say. The audacity. It's just the audacity for me. So President William Ruto proposal to buy a machine chapati maker or machine capable of producing 1 million chapatis daily to support Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, Dishina County, that is the project. It's called Dishina County, which is supposed to be providing, again, I'd say, a program that is supposed to be providing food at schools. But trust you me, if I'm to go back last year, I remember me reporting actually some schools starving to the point where students had to be taken back home because there's no food at school. So what is this? I'm trying to be very respectful because right now we are on monetization on YouTube. What is he talking about? But anyway, President William Ruto proposal to buy a chapati a chapati machine capable of producing 1 million chapatis daily to support Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja Dish in a County program that is in St. Teresa, that is the secondary school I just shared, in Mathare. Mathare is also one of the biggest slums we have in Kenya, has sparked widespread debate with Kenyans, with many Kenyans asking and taking it on social media to reduce the idea. AI-generated images are now trending across various platforms and have been used to satirize, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, what critics perceive as misplaced government priorities. Because again, if you can remember the video we shared last week, coming from the majority of the leader who was actually on BBC, Kimani Ichung'wah, he was being questioned about some of the things that actually Ruto promised, that is the manifestos, and none of them have been achieved. None of them have been achieved. As a matter of fact, we've been talking about our economy depreciating. Our economy is doing worse. Kenyans' lives are not doing amazing. As you can see from the AI-generated images, let me just widen my screen for you guys to see, is an example of actually Kenyans mocking the situations that have been happening in our country. Number one, when it rains, there's a lot of floods where many Kenyans lost life, especially last year. I shared images and videos, if you guys were really attentive and you've been following up with the shows, where we saw so many Kenyans who actually even others had to be stuck on trees for 5 days, for so many days, for them to get rescue. We had, let me see how much funds. We had 100 million, if I can remember. Let me ask Google, how much was allocated for motorboats in Kenya? So we had, no. Exactly. So we had 2.4 billion Kenyan shillings. That is just in one county. They claim, this is an article claiming 2.4 billion Kenyan shillings were allocated to Nyeri. That is for development projects alone. Development projects. And development projects includes also these motorboats. I'm trying to look at the motorboats. They're just the motorboats because I remember, let me see, the motorboats. I think it was 100 million or billion, if I can. It was 100 million or something, but it was a lot of funds. And I remember actually, of course, this was in 2023, where after Ruto became president, and then some few months later, our governor in Nairobi claimed we need funds to be able to come up with motorboats to help Kenyans in case there's floods, what you can see on your screen, in case there's floods, to help Kenyans, because our floods, and then looking at the water irrigation, of course, is not really amazing. We lack we have a poor working system, a very poor working country, and there's nowhere where we can track our funds to make us understand what has been really happening in our country. So Kenyans are mocking, of course, the president using these AI generated images. When it rains, it's very flooded. So are we supposed to be using chapatis as motorboats? That is the question. That is what you can see on your screen. When actually Kenyans are talking about economy not doing amazing, Kenyans are talking about food being expensive every day. Are we supposed to be waiting for the chapati maker, which is producing 100 chapatis? He said 1 million chapatis a day. Are we supposed to be eating chapati every single day? Number one, chapati is not our staple food. I love ugali, so I don't like chapati. I eat chapati just because it's available. I don't like chapati. Okay, we're talking also about our lands. We can see when it comes to the carbon emission bullshit, I'm going to call it bullshit because it's bullshit, carbon emission bullshit, which is costing so many people's lands and lives. I did share a whole documentary on that, and we saw the northern people of Kenya, how they are being killed on a gunpoint because of their own land. They have not been benefiting from this carbon emission bullshit. We understood and we saw very clearly, again, the rules are never set according to Africans. It's always the white people who are going to benefit the most when it comes to all these deals. So are we supposed to be eating chapati Ruto when our lands are being stolen? That is what Kenyans are questioning. When it comes to the parliament, because we know you've bought out all the MPs, the members of parliament, all the senators, everyone actually is working in favor of all these puppets, not just Kenya, because that's how the system has been set up. And if you follow up very well, every puppet who comes in, what they do is put people who are actually going to work in their favor. So are these members of parliament supposed to be eating chapatis every day because you can produce 1 million every single day? That's the question too. You've been actually nicknamed a flying president. Last year, you couldn't even explain why you're using private jets to fly out the country. So are we going to be seeing chapatis to explain how you are actually spending our funds and taxes? That's another question. Public means of transport has become super expensive to majority of the Kenyans. Most of the people, trust me, they're living in debt. Not just Kenya, but Africa. Most of the people are surviving in debt because you don't have the ability of paying your own rent, maybe, number one. Going to work is very expensive because I'd say for people, I'd give an example. Let's say if you had someone coming from out of town. I remember Keith used to provide $2 a day, right, for transport, but sometimes it's expensive more than that, especially when it rains. And when it rains, transport is very, very expensive. So the question that Kenyans are asking is, as you can see, Brian Traore has actually made the public means of transport cheaper for people. That's why he acquired more buses. So are we supposed to be using chapatis
made
as
it free.
transport? Exactly. Are we supposed to be using means of transport as chapati? Are we supposed to take chapati as means of transport?
It's chapati, the new staple food of Kenya. Is that what you're saying, Joby?
No, Ruto said he's going to provide machines that can produce 1 million chapatis a day. So Kenyans are mocking him. Kenyans are so mad. This is what we're talking about. These are the images I'm sharing on my screen. So they're
using.
using.
He's gonna do something. He doesn't do nothing.
But who needs a machine making a machine chapati?
I know.
Just a question. Do you need a machine? Do you need a chapati making machine? I don't
No,
need one.
I'm not eating no chapatis every day. That's crazy.
You know, I don't even need no ugali making machine as much as they are available. I want to make ugali myself. You know, so it's crazy. So today Kenyans are really, I'm saying that Kenyans have been very observant with Ruto's words, and this is what actually 2027 is going to be a revolution. You guys watch and see. 2027, if we don't rescue ourselves from all this bullshit of 60 years of slavery, modern slavery, and the British people controlling our country, I don't know then. I don't know. If 2027 is not the day, I don't know. It's another image is here.
Nah, it's gonna be a revolution. No way they're gonna be able to put another puppet in there. It's too many. Not in Kenya. It's not gonna happen. So it's gonna be blood in the streets because they're not gonna accept no stolen election. They know he's not winning no election. So they're not gonna be able to say Ruto's the winner. They're gonna try it, but that's not gonna work. Like you out of your mind.
It's not gonna work. Kenyans are so mad, and I love the way actually people are so observant right now and keen with politics. It just makes me so happy. That's why I'm saying personally, if I look at actually 4 years ago of me reporting shit and right now, it's a big difference when you look at actually the reaction of the people, the way people are talking on the street, the way people are reacting to information. It's super, super amazing. I love to see it. So 2027, I'm not voting. I ain't taking no voters card, but I'm here to report. I'm running away from the country, of course. I don't want to be killed because it's gonna be crazy. I love the way also people have been observant, understanding that there's been tribalism. Tribalism has been fueled to make us fight again. That is,
of course.
People have been noticing that as well. And yeah, we've been having the impeached deputy president. He has been fueling tribalism. And I said it personally, if people are not keen and if you're not watching what this guy is doing, and I love the fact I had some few friends of mine say this, that if you look at actually what Gachagua is doing, is promoting tribalism and fueling tribalism so that people can be gaslighted and fight. And that is the agenda. That is what they want. They want us They want us to fight because at the end of the day, they're going to shake hands. They're friends. They know what they're doing. They get the money from
Exactly, Joby.
for playing this big, big man syndrome and all that. So it's super, super crazy. But as we continue, this other news, of course, still coming from Africa. But before we get to continue, shout to Jiba Jaba, Karibu Sana, hope you're doing amazing. Shout to you also, Keith. How are you doing today?
If you guys know where we were at the last 2 days, there haven't been no damn lights.
Man, it's been crazy, man. It sucks, man. I think when I was taking a shower, my lights went off. I was even literally, I was like, man, I'm coming to work. There's no lights. So I came. There's lights in my house. There's no lights right now. I was taking a shower and the lights went out, and I'm like, God damn. Another
So the
day.
lights came back on. The lights came back on last night for you, Joby.
They didn't. You remember me texting you at 1? There were no lights.
Yeah, it was middle of the night. Yeah, so so that's what I'm saying. So did they come back on or something?
Yeah, they did. They did,
Okay.
when I was, there were lights. But when I was taking a shower, my lights went out. Not talk. It's not even about, because I was like, I put tokens yesterday, so this is not tokens. You guys, like, what's really happening? But I feel like because of
And how are we with all these powers? I sent you some money for electricity. How are we paying all this electricity and the lights don't never work?
number one, actually, electricity has become expensive. Who was I talking to?
Of course.
I think it was the caretaker last week. He was telling me
partners.
Yeah, because they were changing there's some things they were changing downstairs. So I was asking him, like, why are you guys changing this stuff? They were like, haven't you seen the tokens have become expensive, so you need to change this shit? I'm like, yeah, I've noticed tokens are expensive, but is this serious? It's serious when you see the building people taking responsibility, because it's always
What are they doing?
There's some boxes that have been changing, the electrical boxes, the token boxes. Same.
How they change the box? The boxes are owned by the damn company, so they put their own boxes in or something. What you mean?
He was telling me those are the old boxes, so they're putting the digitalized boxes. But I'm like, it's still the same amount. It's still expensive. Like, it doesn't make a change. It's still the same. Like, it doesn't make a change. But shout out to Jiba Jaba. Hope you're doing amazing today. He says, a ditch next to the road. That's messed up in a metropolises. He also says, calm down, Joby. It could have been Chinese noodles. Now, we don't even eat noodles there. I don't like noodles personally. I don't like I like ugali. I don't even like chapati.
Will you think Joby just eat one? Joby's like a one-trick pony. She's one thing. Christine ate noodles.
Yeah, Christine likes noodles. Christine likes noodles a lot, like a lot. Also, Iwaton likes spaghetti. I don't know.
That's noodles, spaghetti. All right.
It's crazy. But as we move on, we also want to talk about what is happening in Uganda. Yesterday, reported about Uganda sending its troops to South Sudan, which we were having a debate yesterday. And I say that South Sudan actually has come forth to deny Ugandan troops being deployed in their country, of course.
Oh, I was with a brother yesterday. Wow, my God. I was a brother. I'm down here on the border right now, the border of Mexico. So I came in contact with a South Sudanese brother. Me and him were talking, and he was talking about Museveni has started all this backed by white people. I said, I know Museveni. He says Museveni no good ass. They went in there and they murdered the former vice president and the original president of Sudan. Museveni did that at the behest of the white people. They blew up his helicopter. I said, so it's Museveni again. This is Museveni. And shout out to Ibram Traore in Sahel State. They said they're coming to see these cats. They already went to the African Union and said, we're going to dissolve this fake shit. We're going to dissolve it. Once we get our shit together, I told somebody Africa, even said we're all African. Once we get our shit together, we're going to see, we're coming to see Kagame and Museveni. And that's been said. That's been said. Say we're coming to see them. So once we get in a year, once we get everything settled, we're coming to see Kagame and Museveni. And who's ever in the Congo, we're going to get this work. They already told the African Union, so you don't do nothing, you're fake, you're sponsored by white people. We're going to get rid of you too. So you'll see what we're doing and see what happened to ECOWAS, this fake European-backed organization. They're falling apart now. That's what Ibram. So that's why they're going to all these African leaders are going to try to kill Ibram. You better believe this because he's already told them, "We're coming to see you." That's what you're supposed to do. And we're coming to see you. We know you're backed by white people. We don't want to hear it. He said, "We're going to free the Congo." Period. Said, and if you're in the way, you're going to get this work. So that's been told behind the scenes to the African Union, to Museveni, and to Kagame. So you're in the way, you're going to get this work. Because understand, they're battle hardened. They've been fighting wars. You haven't. Your goofy little militaries, they're going to run through you like hot knife through butter. They've been fighting out there with these jihadists for 3, 4, 5 years. So they're already battle hardened. Listen, I was in the military. When you're constantly fighting fights, and now you got the experience. So I'm gonna go, and you think a 70s army is gonna stop that? I'm gonna overthrow you, nigga. You out of here. You're gonna be gone. So that's what's going on in the Sudan. The brother let me know. He's coming. I said, man, how old are you? Making talk about his wife and his baby. I said, you got a 3-year-old baby? How old are you, man? You know, because I'm in my early 50s. He's like, I'm 58. I said, you got a baby at 58? Why?
Ooh.
The South Sudanese guy. He said, yeah, I got a wife. I got it back in Uganda. I said, what? You didn't bring it to the States? He said, nah, I ain't bringing it to no States. So he said, nah, she ain't coming here. I know. No, I go to Kenya, Nairobi every year and stay there for like 4 or 5 months and bring her from Uganda to Kenya. To Nairobi. I said, yo, slick ass. What do you mean you sorry? He ain't trying to get her Americanized, so she take all his stuff.
No, okay, for me, I don't like. It's giving my dad, man. I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, he's taking the bet. I said, God damn, I said, oh, she like 20 something. Yeah, she's 20. You know, that's Africa. You know, that's how we. I said, God damn.
You saw my last sibling, man. I'm kind of ashamed having a last sibling who's that young, man. I'm 26.
I know you're 26. You got to. How is that youngest one? Like a 1 year old or something?
I think she's turning 3 years this year, probably. Man, I'm like, man, why you guys having children at this old age? Ain't you having enough? Like,
and then I can say, I don't care if you have a children. That's your choice, Joe. But you gotta be able to pay for it. You can't come to me ask me for no money.
That's the problem.
You can't do that.
Having children and you can't even provide shit, man. Just wrap that shit up, man.
Okay? You can't do that. You can't come to me expect me to pay no damn school fees or that shit. If you have a kid, that's your choice, Joby.
I was ashamed when I had to have a little sister. I'm not gonna come.
Are you ashamed? That's not your life. That's his life. You're ashamed. You're ashamed. So obviously, so your stepmother must be young still too. She had to have a baby.
She ain't young for sure. She just, she has this mentality of.
How old is she? How old is she, Joe? She's able to have babies. So she's young enough to have babies. She's 40. Okay, she's still, yeah, because she's an African woman. That's why Janet Jackson was able to have a baby African in her 50s. That's African people had children, Joe, in their 50s and 60s because they were able to. Because yes, Joe, but that's an old. Yes, they did. So whether you like it, not, it's like you said, it's none of your business. You don't got nothing. As long as they don't ask you for no money, Joe, it's none of your business.
That's why I keep going. That's why I keep going because I don't got pampas. Nah, I don't. That's none of my problem.
Exactly. That's what you're supposed to. Exactly. That's what you're supposed to say. It's none of your problem when they get to talking that I need school fees and pampers. Hey, bro, you 50-something years old. You having babies. You keep making more debt. That's your fault. Are you crazy? That's your fault. I said, man. He said, yeah, man, you got kids. I said, yeah, I got kids. My kids are grown and gone, and I damn sure don't want no more. He said, but you said you're moving to Africa. Yeah. I'm not giving no goofy guy, no goofy broad pregnant in Africa. Are you crazy? I'm going to. I don't want to run around chasing no babies. I've already raised my children. I don't want no more Shit. I'm even when my grandkids come over, I play with them. I say, all right, you got to go with your parents. Time to get your ass out of here. Shit, cause no, buddy. I like my freedom. You ain't never, you ain't never been in my house and heard no crying babies ever. I mean, I'm on the phone with Irritan and Joe, but they never heard no babies in the background. Granddaddy, what you doing? I'm getting your ass away from me. That's what I'm doing. Get your ass out of here.
Yeah, I'm good. If I don't have kids by the age of 30, I'm closing that chapter. I'm adopting one. I'm not having no kids.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh no, I ain't adopting. Oh, I ain't adopting nobody else's problems down there. Like some psychopaths, they got family issues. Nah, I'm good. I'm not doing that. Nope. Motherfucker, come on. I wake up in the middle of the night, motherfucker got a kitchen knife over me. Like, hey man, what you doing? Oh, I'm sleepwalking. You better sleepwalk your ass back in the bed. I'm put a you talking you sleepwalking with a damn knife over my ass.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. But
That's right.
as we move on, we can see that the South Sudan government has denied the early reports that Uganda has deployed their special forces in their country, that is the capital of Juba. And Uganda's military, of course, son, military chief, that is the son of Museveni,
Yeah, but seven Captain Crunch.
say that the soldiers had gone to the neighboring country to help South Sudanese President Salva Kiir to secure the city. And we spoke about this yesterday, so I don't want to go back to details and all that. Uganda itself is incapable of taking care of itself. So what you mean you can take care of other people?
Exactly. So like we said, because the guy was saying the same thing, the South Sudanese doing the Abraham saying it yesterday. Because I told them, see how they broke. See, the guy that they killed said because of this, because of what you let the white Arabs do to you guys in Sudan, you were great Nubia. You messed that up because you wanted to be white. He knew I was right when I told him that. So you let the white Arab from the UAE, and I'm glad he knew it was the UAE. Everybody, I'm surprised that he knows all that. UAE, this criminal ass, everybody wants to go to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. These are ones still out of Africa. They don't got no gold or nothing in no fucking Dubai. Their wealth is still not Africa. So the Sudanese are finally calling them out. So what happened was they let these white people intermix with the Africans, and because it was this colorism shit, like me and him said. So the light skinned Sudanese who intermixed with these white people said they're better than the regular Africans. We're now Arabs. We're not Africans though. We're Arabs. So that causes strife in your country because Africans now full of this colorism. If I'm light, I'm better. Like Joby couldn't get a job because she wasn't light enough. All this colorism shit that's been brought into Africa by fucking beast. So you've allowed this, and so that would cause a civil war in Sudan to begin with. They couldn't get along with their African brothers because the northern Sudanese, they called themselves now, and we're now Arabs. We're not Africa. We're Arabs. All that old dumb shit. So they fought with the Africans, who were still black. So that's what caused the divide between Sudan and South Sudan. And like I said, you guys are going to still have some wars within both countries because the Arabs, the fake white Arabs, want the resources in those countries. They want the gold. They want all of it. I think Dubai has got Dubai's called the city of gold. Where's no gold in Dubai? Where does it come from? Africa.
The desert.
The desert, exactly. So now you got dumbass Ruto allowed them to set up a Sudanese government, the rebels in Kenya. You never do that. And I just figured out what Joby did last week. That's why I said, why would you do this? Because those Arabs told him we'll get rid of your Kenyan workers and destroy your economy. We'll send your Kenyan workers back to Kenya, and then none of our money would come back to you. I said, why would you do that? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't allow a rebel group to have a shadow government within your country. And what do they got us then? And God always brings me to the Joby showed me that video, but the Kenyan economy is based on the people being in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar. Shit, that's what they got over that. Because Kenya hasn't built a real economy. Go ahead,
So I really hope in 2027, if this guy doesn't come back in power, we can be able to scrap all these deals that he's really made. Because if you look at actually in the future, cause it's gonna become a big trouble.
You're not gonna lie, but you're not. That's not gonna lie because you're going. You guys got to worry about the next puppet that they're setting up to come
Yeah.
after Rudolph. See, that's what you guys understand. The sophistication of what they do. So they know they're gonna try to put Rudolph in there. See what you're gonna do. So they know they already got the backup plan. Say if they don't accept them, can't keep pushing because the streets are gonna be hot and it is not gonna accept it. So we gotta have our backup plan already ready to go. Our puppet that they won't even know that we're already grooming to be a puppet. So understand that there's a backup plan already being groomed, Joe.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna see what's really gonna be happening. But as we get closer to winding up, I wanna give Iwaton time to literally set up. She has Maponga coming in virtually, so I wanna give her time.
Joseph Mapunga's coming in.
Yeah.
He hold on, Irritan, he came back. He came back with Big E. I thought he ghosted Big E. He said, get your ass out of here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give her time to set up the show very quickly, and of course understand timing and all that. So I want to share this video very quickly as we get to wind up. So Ethiopia literally has joined the Alliance Sahel state, but for me this comes as I'd say a red flag because we know they're trying any means possible to, of course, get the puppets believe, make them. But I think the juntas of these three countries, the Alliance Sahel state, are really brave, to understand that anyone can come in trying to be a friend, but they are an enemy to actually trying to get rid of them,
Of course.
Yeah, so
Of course.
Ethiopia, that was I think last year but one, they got some of their artifacts back returned in the country, and this came with an exchange of an airport, if I can remember. The airport is actually owned, let me see, the airport is owned by another country, so they got their artifacts back in an exchange of the airport. So this was something I was also very careful.
That's stupid.
I was like, when you're taking back these artifacts back in Africa, we have to be very careful because most of these leaders are making deals with something else, return the artifacts in exchange of something else. So
you get power. No, you let them keep them till you finally get power. Africa is gonna have power next 50 years. I tell you, everything's changing next 30 years. Africa's gonna be the power that Africa holds. I'm letting you guys know, Africa's gonna be dominant. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Even though we said Africa's gonna be the dominant power in this world. Europe right now is collapsing. Unless they go into Russia, unless they come into Africa, Europe is done, guys. Europe is done. There's no more Europe has no world power. They're done. They're on their way out. All their economies are now collapsing. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
So they're done.
Yeah, so for the people who would love to see the video, I've shared the link over there. Kindly, you guys can watch it maybe on your own time, or I can share the rest on WhatsApp. I'm trying to save time as much as I can. But Ethiopia shouldn't join the Alliance Sahel state. That is basically what I can say. I believe we know so much now about the African puppets and our African continent and the countries how they are set up, and we've understood how other countries are going to be used to, of course, befriend the countries working, because again, like you've said, Ibrahim Traore and the rest of the juntas, they already declared what went on, of course, was a threat to them. Said that
that's what they've always been scared. You got to unify Africa now happen. They said anybody can join us who's ready to be unified as Africans. Leave your tribalism at the door, they told you. Leave that shit at the door. Don't come in with that shit. They said everybody can join us as African. That's what they tell. They said, and no European will ever own land in Africa again where they control. They would have told you. There'll be no foreigners owning no land in Africa except African people. So they're running the gauntlet. So I told you, they already went to the African Union and said, we're going to get rid of this organization. Behind the scenes, they told them, we're going to get rid of this shit. It doesn't represent African people. We're tired of playing games. And the Congo, we are coming to the Congo because we're African. Mm-hmm. And these borders, like you said, these borders, exactly. See, when you know you are, the borders are fake, guys. There's no difference between the Congolese and the Burkina, all these fake titles. These are African people. So now I told you. You know, look around and find out when we get there. When we get to the Congo, hey, I told you, up around and find out. See, because they're already battle hardened, and you're not. See, even the M23 rebels can beat all. You see all them white people they put in there to fight them. I told you, you better not ever bring a white army back in Africa. Your back is gonna be broken. Even the M23 rebels were beating all the white people at the Congolese. These white mercenaries, and the blacks was slapping them in the head. Why are you here? What you doing in the Congo? You just fight for money? I'm fighting for my land and my life. The Africans will tell them, slapping the white man in. Because you bring your butt into Africa, this ain't 1885 doing the Berlin Conference shit. Don't have enough people, don't have enough power. You will cease to exist. You're going back into poverty. See, but your racism is so bad, it's not allowing you to say, hey, I better start giving the Africans respect and trying to get deals, because if you don't, you're going back into poverty.
Yep.
And I want Joe to play this video real quick before she leaves. I know Joe because he ain't came yet. So play this video. There's a video where Russia told Europe the truth. He said, you don't have, we said, why would, because you got the Europeans saying, Russia's going to invade, right? Now I'll just sum it up with myself. So Putin addressed Germany and France and England, said, because they keep talking about Russia's going to invade them, right? Russia said, why would I invade you? You're all broke. You're in debt. You got no way to pay back anything. Your economics is destroyed. You people run around thinking about this fake carbon stuff. You think people riding bikes is going to somehow change the weather. He said you're all broke. Why would I invade? Because you guys, when you invade countries, guys, you gotta if you take them over, you gotta accumulate their debt. He said your countries you don't make anything, you don't trade anything. He said there's no minimal wealth in your countries. So what would Russia gain invading you, taking over your debt, and ruin my people's standard of living? He's telling the truth. Why would I invade Europe and you're broke and you don't have anything? Remember, everything Europe had comes out of Africa. So he's telling you don't got any mineral wealth. There's nothing you got. You've destroyed your industries. So there's nothing you got. Why would I want to invade you? To be poor? See, this the 36. I'm telling you, Africans, listen to me. Europe is going back where it started from. Poverty. Because it's losing its African colonies. Because Africa's waking up. So won't be no more just stealing from African people. So that's what's happening. Russia said, why would I invade you? For what? You don't have anything. You don't have any wealth in Europe. Why would I invade you? For what? To be poor? To give my people a lesser quality of life? What are you talking about? Exactly. Why would I invade you? What do I get?
Exactly. Exactly. But I think we'll share much more details tonight as we talk about also North Korea firing missiles as the US and South Korea drills begin. We're going to talk about much more of that tonight on the Africa Today show. Hope Lights. Oh my God. Hope Lights are going to be there. I hope Lights don't do us no bullshit, but we're going to talk about much more of those conversations tonight.
We've been trying to show for two nights. Every time the lights go off. It's crazy.
Man, it's crazy, man. But much love, family. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I wish we could put a generator there, but we can't. Because we on the top floor. They steal the generator out of there.
They're going to steal it. It's going to be very noisy for the neighbors. They're going to feel bad. Trust me, you know.
I don't care about them feeling bad. I care about them stealing the generator.
We don't feel bad. We're going to be chased out. That's, I believe, I don't know. It's just the bullshit. And
why would we be chased out because we got a generator? They don't, and then our fault. You broke and fucked up. That's your fault.
It was better when it was only me and Mark. Now we just got some lousy, boring neighbors. You know, they're just boring.
What do you mean
Do you find them interesting, you want them? No, they're not. Just be honest. They're not. No, they're not.
They're not what? They're not what?
They're not interesting. Oh. You know, we can't match neighbor. Our only favorite neighbor is Mark. You know, our lawyer.
Yeah.
That is only our best neighbor we have, but the
Mark,
rest,
Mark is gonna be our company lawyer. I gotta get everything set up. Mark is gonna be our company lawyer. We're gonna give Mark some damn income.
period. Yeah, but also
Yeah.
see, Michelle said we need to talk about all these plane crashes. Yep, and the ships. We'll talk about that tonight. You can bring up the conversation tonight, and we can check onto that because yeah, it's quite alarming all these things that have been going on. But I saw a video on BitChute kind of trying to explain all these things. I think 2-3 weeks ago. This is not just a natural calamity. They know what they're doing, and there is also Trump has been trying to react on the same kind of situations. It's just quite insane how this plane are
I,
just crashing every time.
yeah, it's the same. Let me say something. I spent all night, Joby, up talking to, trying to go back and edit our videos and take. Joby got so much damn copyright shit in her shows. To me, but Irritan hardly nothing. Irritan just learned about Africa. They said nope, 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 not able to be monetized. Every show Irritan did, YouTube said no, hell no. And all she's doing is learning, asking. See, any asking real questions about Africa is not allowed. Every time just asking questions, they said, nah, hell no, we're not monetizing this shit. I laugh every show. Every time's got. You said every show. Check the back page. You see every show every time got. They're like, nope, 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 nope. Off. Monetization off, 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 off.
I think my copyright for me could be maybe music, but I've been playing
Yeah, yeah.
for
Yeah,
starting.
yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, it was the music. Yeah, you start now. I'm talking all the ones in the past. Features,
Okay.
I'm going back. Because there's so many, it takes you out. Because be like seven on one show. Like, God, I can't. So I was up all night trying to get as many off, but you see, they still never monetized that. And it's just said, nope, nope, nope. But every time we didn't have no, every time didn't have a bunch of music on, just one song. I could go back and just click one time on her video. Every video of Eric, everyone, even Joey, some they say, okay, we'll monetize this one. Every Airtime video, they said no. I said, God, and I only be on it with Airtime, so it's her learning about who she is. They don't like it. They're like, no. I'm like, I was like, because Airtime is the mildest one of us all, right? She's mild, and she was learning. And they said no. I'm like, this is crazy. Anyway,
Insane.
must
That's it, Fire. Nice to see you as well. Saying, hey kids, send Joby to Zimbabwe to buy a generator from the new inventor. Oh my god. All the way to Zimbabwe? Are you crazy?
Zimbabwe number 2 countries over, Joe. It's not long. So
I'm not going to Zimbabwe to bring a generator here though. That's crazy.
he's talking about the guy who makes the generator from nothing, Joe. He makes it from the ether, remember?
I get it, yeah, but still, Zimbabwe. That's insane.
Joey, that's right next to your beloved South Africa. That's right next to there.
When I go to South Africa, maybe tell me I should get it from there. But nah, not me from Kenya to Zimbabwe.
you got South Africans living in Zimbabwe, Joey.
So much love, family. Let me have some beautiful day. That's
I never
amazing.
heard. I never Joey ever turned down any travel. And I was nope. I ain't carry no damn generator. You crazy, Zimbabwe?
I'm not going to Zimbabwe. I'm going to visit, not to take notes later. Sorry. No. Yeah.
We're taking to Zimbabwe to meet Rumbazai. Rumbazai run from us. Oh no! You get me in trouble with the government? No, we just came to say hi, Rumby. Calm down, crazy ass.
I dreamt I was abducted. You say that's crazy. I'm not joking. I dreamt I was abducted.
Okay, what were you doing, Joe? Where were you at? How'd you get abducted?
I was on the streets. Then
Okay,
three unidentified men
okay,
were shirtless, and then they abducted me. Yeah.
okay. What happened? What happened? That was the end of your dream?
No, I can't remember the rest of the details. I just
Okay,
remember I was really terrified, being honest. I was really terrified.
all
Like,
right.
did I just have a dream of being abducted? This is crazy.
Well, that's just
So,
that. I mean, that's what's on your mind. That's what that means.
it's been
That's
on
what
my
you're thinking.
mind. Personally, I feel like I'm being watched. Then I just feel I feel scared, but anyway, it is what it is. You know, Kenya has become the abduction
Just,
country,
but,
but
but,
still,
but just keep your eyes open. Always be aware of your surroundings.
yeah, I don't even go out anymore like the way you used to like roam around. You know,
Yeah.
like I always walk with money only. Like if we go, or
Yeah.
maybe we're gonna walk the three of us, but I
Well,
don't
you
go
used
out.
to, we used
I
to go
used to.
out. Well, hell yeah, when you was on vacation, I see you out and about in December. You was out at the park and doing your thing, wherever you was at.
Now I can't. So I'm very careful, man. I don't. I'm always on the studio the whole day. I prefer being indoors here the whole day. Not go out anywhere. Not do nothing till I go
Uh,
home. So
But
yeah.
just be careful. Keep your eyes out. You know, living in this type of environment. Just keep your eyes open, eyes and ears. But they're not as hell. They ain't kidnapped the tuna chicky guy. He's still in Kenya. But they ain't kidnapped Lynn Googie ass. So
I
you be
want my. I don't want my nipples squeezed now.
and they haven't kidnapped Dr. Mumby ass. So you be
Yeah,
alright.
that's why she's hiding.
She's not, she's not hiding. She lives on the coast over there by Mombasa some damn where now.
That's hiding.
She left
Mashallah.
Ni- she left Nairobi about 2 years ago. I got